Hey guys, just want to take you for a little garden tour today. It is Saturday, April 17th, so let's go see what's growing in the garden. Okay, I'm trying to get like the whole garden in so that you can see that it's not huge. It's our backyard, so we just turned this patch of grass back here into a garden. We do have our compost bin there and there. We were lucky this garden shed was here when we moved in, and my husband just put a lovely little window in it for me. And if you come around on this side, you can see we have a rain barrel here, and I do have a second rain barrel all the way over here collecting rain off the house. So that kind of just gives you a view of the garden. So there's the raised beds, side of the shed. So this is the whole space that we're gardening in. All right, let's take a look around. So here are my radish. I have thinned them and they're looking pretty good. I think soon we'll be getting some radish in there. I do love the sound of the chickadees too. That's one of my favorites. This is a tarragon. It's one of the few plants I bought. I've never really grown tarragon. Don't really know much about it, but I was like, I'm going to. And you guys, look what we did. So we put some asparagus in here. Nothing's coming up yet, but I have always wanted to grow asparagus. So this is very exciting for me. Arugula. Did start bok choy and some purple bok choy. Still got spinach. Our spinach is looking great and I've been eating it. Oregano, chives. Okay, here is something also exciting. This is called lovage. See how it looks kind of like celery? And it tastes like celery too. It's actually a stronger celery flavor than celery. So I tend to dry this and just grind it up and use it in soups and stews in place of celery. The broad beans have come up. So we will be eating broad beans. Broad beans are kind of a cross between like a pea and a bean, so they really enjoy this cooler weather, and they are going to get bushy, so they'll come up a couple of feet. And yeah, the plan is once these guys are done, say mid-June, I'll pull them out, and then my squash is going to go in here. Did start some beets. They are just starting to come through. Those little red bits, that's the beet coming up. Okay, raised beds, arugula, starting to go to seed. That's fine. The leaves are still good. You can still eat them. Onions. These are Spanish onions. I've never grown them from seed before, guys. I've always done starts, like ones that look like little baby onions. But I was told that if you grow them from seed, that they get bigger. So that's what I did. I started them in trays like this, and I've transplanted them out into here. Okay, cauliflowers that I put in are still starting to bush out a little bit, get a few more leaves on them. And I threw a bit of tatsoi in here, this little tiny thing. This is what tatsoi looks like. And it's actually super high in vitamin C. It's really good for you. And it tastes good. The garlic has shot up even more. Garlic is looking really great. The chicory beside it, that came back from last year. The roots were just under the soil and it's just throwing stuff out. Onions also looking really good. We've got peas. Look at this, you guys. The peas have germinated. that's really exciting for me. Again, this is perfect pea weather. Peas, radishes, all that kind of stuff. We could totally be growing them. The bok choy that I left, there's still some seed heads on it and stuff, and I have seen bees on it already, so that's been great. It's been keeping early pollinators fed. Oh, compost bin, the lid's off. Oh, here's the thing. I'm going to show you inside my compost bin, which is kind of gross. But we put all our kitchen scraps in there. I also have a bunch of dead dandelions in there, and I turn it. So I get in there with a pitchfork, and I turn that at least once a week, and make sure that there's water in it, and that's how you make compost. More chicory. Cilantro. It's really shot up. It's looking good. No signs of it going to seed yet. So that's great. Ooh, look at this. The milkweed. See that? The little green shoots? The roots are putting up new shoots. So we're going to have milkweed. And hopefully this year it'll bloom. I think the first year it's not common for it to bloom. You just get the green stalks. And then in the second year, you'll get flowers. So I'm pumped about that. Because that milkweed and these guys right here, this is called borage. I plant those specifically for bees, to attract bees to the garden. And once they get going, I'll show you guys. There will be bees all over it. Okay, well, that's kind of it for the garden tour for today. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. And hope some of this inspires you guys to just try growing some of your own stuff too.